Hi, this is Yvonne Carson from YvonneCarson.com, better known as Art by Vonet, and this is part 2 of painting this beautiful queen. I'm going to paint her outfit and her crown, and I'm going to do the background last. Um, I chose this here. What is this? Bright pink I'm going to do for her outfit. And I want to do violet pansy for her crown. And I think that like the little band here, I'm going to also trim it with this color. And I think, I'm not sure yet, 100% sure yet, but I think I want to use this for the background. And it's called Yellow Light. Okay, so let me get started on her outfit. And of course, I'm going to go over the skin tone and stuff and straighten some stuff out, but that is going to be the last thing I do before I do the background. And I love this pink. I know it's kind of loud, but I like it. So pretty. I hope you got your free download tracer and get yourself a canvas, or you actually can do her on trace her on I would recommend watercolor paper because it's heavy, or acrylic paper paint, for painting if you don't want to use a canvas or you don't have one. But they're relatively inexpensive for just one. Or you could get a pack. I think they come in packages of 3. Walmart sells them, or Hobby Lobby, Michael's, any art and supply store you can get them from. I can't tell you how it's been a long time since I actually painted on a canvas. I have really, like 100% of my time creating has been on the iPad using Procreate because I actually enjoy it so much. I didn't think so before I got the iPad. I actually would be painting on canvases. And I enjoyed it a lot. But I ain't gonna tell you. I'm telling you. But when I got to that iPad and see how much more freedom I had in creating whatever I wanted to, and if I mess up, I can just delete and just start over. And oh, it's just so wonderful. I just love digital art, and it's actually I didn't think that I would like it as much as I do, to the point where I've literally spent almost 100% of my time doing creating stuff on iPad. But I started feeling like I need to keep my skills, because I'm still new at the painting on the canvas. So I need to really, I learn a lot, but there's so much I just still do not know. And the same thing with the iPad. But I think I've made a lot more progress with the iPad than I have with working on the canvas. And I put a lot of time into the painting before I even got the iPad, because that's all I would, like I said, that's what I used to work on when I first started learning how to draw and paint. Such a pretty color. The camera probably doesn't do it any justice. I don't know if it's because of it's summer, I just wanted a nice bright color, or because I need my mood to be different from what it was earlier today. So bring a little brightness in my life right now. We can all use that, right? Again, if you get paint outside of the image, don't worry, the drawing, don't worry about it, because we're going to paint the background. The only thing is, depending on what color background you're going to do, like I said yellow, but I'm not sure I'm going to use yellow, because if you get certain colors on like this, it's going to bleed through. It's not going to be thick enough to cover. So I may have to use a different color for the background, but I'll decide that a little bit later. And I just, putting the paint on right now. Of course, I'm going to have to go back over it and put a second coat on it. Whatever it takes to fully cover the outfit. And I don't even know if I have a Sharpie because I want to outline her after she's dried. I'm going to outline her in Sharpie. I guess that's part of my style because I really do like it. I know some people don't, but I absolutely love to Sharpie, outline my drawings in Sharpie. It just, to me, makes it pop. It's my preference. Because like I said, my stuff is not realistic. It's more cartoony like, which I absolutely enjoy, because I feel like I have a lot of freedom to do whatever I want to do. I don't have to stick to getting it to look exactly like anybody. You can do whatever your imagination comes up with, and you can use whatever colors you want to use, so long as you make sure that they work well together. So it will help to learn about color psychology and the color wheel, to help you get the kind of mood that you want your painting to have, and and what colors will help you accomplish that. So it's very beneficial, I believe, even if you're not trying to be a professional painter or artist or whatever. Just, you want your stuff to look great, you need to invest time into learning what colors work well together and which colors don't. Because if you mix the wrong paints together, it makes your paintings look like really muddy and dull looking. They won't look good to you or to the viewer. So you can always buy a color wheel and just learn. YouTube is a great place. I call it my YouTube university because I've learned a lot just by going there. It's it's an amazing free resource. You don't have to go to college to learn. You can learn on your own. This takes investment of your time and practice what you learn. And you will see your skills start to really blossom. You'll start learning how to do things you didn't think you could possibly do. I know that's what happened with me. What I'm doing right now, to me, it's a blessing. I didn't think I could do this. Sell my art, that was the furthest thing. I didn't think I would ever get to a level where somebody will even want to buy my art. But I'm not saying I've made a gazillion dollars, but the fact that somebody even wanted to buy my paintings and anything that I did to me, it's an absolute blessing. And I love creating for other people, and I love it's my outlet of self-expression. And I used to dibble and dab with art when I was younger. And that's when I discovered that I could look at a picture and I could replicate it was cartoons that I could replicate, but I could not do faces to save my life. And that's what I used to want to do all the time. And when I did it, I wanted to do realistic faces, but it seemed like every time I tried, they came out to look like cartoons. And I realized that was my natural bent toward the cartoons because that's how I started out. But I started out cartooning animals and replicating some of Disney, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, that kind of thing. And I really loved, and I just shocked myself when I was actually drawing something just from looking at the picture. But the thing is, I lacked technique. I didn't understand like how you break it down and get it. I just could copy what I saw. Now it wasn't exact, but you knew what it was, and it was pretty darn good for someone who had never picked up a brush or a pencil to draw anything. So the first time I saw that, I was so excited. I think I was in junior high school. I think I was in the 7th grade, 6th or 7th grade, when I discovered that I had a natural ability to look at a drawing and actually draw it. And that's where the desire was birthed, that I wanted to actually illustrate children's books, because the things that I was doing were really like kid-like stuff, animals, and it was fun. I hope you're painting along with me, and if not, remember in the description, click the link so you can get your free tracer and relieve some stress. Paint. And it doesn't even have to be to relieve stress, just to get your creative spirit moving. Do something you haven't done before. Give it a try before you say you can't paint. You don't know unless you give it a try. And you can't give up the first time you do it because you never did it before, so it's going to be awkward and because it's new. I randomly drew this in my sketchbook. I don't even remember how long ago I did this, but it's been a few years ago that I actually originally drew this. And then I got some transfer paper and put it on the canvas. And I actually did one on a big canvas. I forgot I think it was a 16 by 20, and somebody bought it for a friend of hers. So she was a actual painting that I actually sold to someone who reached out to me about it when I shared it on Instagram. And she wanted to know how much I charged. She wanted to get it for her friend's birthday. I told her, she paid me, I got it done, and she said her friend really loved it. So you know that as an artist, that makes you very happy, because you want your work to be pleasing to the person that's buying it. Okay, I'm gonna let that pink dry, and I'm gonna add a second coat after it dries completely, and then I'm gonna work on this part. I'm not sure if I'm really liking that. I don't too much like dark colors. I probably should have mixed some white, a little bit of white to make it lighter, but it is what it is. It's here, so we're gonna just work with what we have. I will be back with part 3.